Hello and greetings, my fellow Long Darkians. Welcome back to some Hinterland, and this does affect the Long Dark news. Because we just saw Jaguar just had a horrible rebranding. Well, it seems like Hinterland tried to do that about the same time. Yeah, apologies, I had my head down in Stalker 2, enjoying quite a bit of that game. So I didn't notice this right away. But Hinterland has changed their logo. They have a new store. A lot to talk about because this does kind of affect the game as well. And unfortunately, they did also launch a store. Yeah, why the Canadian Post is on strike. Now, somebody mentioned this is a downgrade, and we'll see how the comment section on Twitter kind of responds to this as well. This is, ooh. I'd almost say it's not AI generated because it's so bland, it's so corpo. I'm not a fan, honestly. But let's actually see. There's only about 20 comments, so not like a ton. But what there is, well, there's always got to be somebody that sucks up, but yeah, pretty boring in my opinion, pretty generic. Yeah, it's not unique, it's not indie, it's about as corpo lifeless as you can get. Now, Hinterland is very anti-AI, so I know AI didn't draw it, but it is just not looking good. Yeah, it was very iconic, and it works so well. I worked with that. This is just, wow. Yeah. Nobody is really a fan. I say, let me know what you think in the comments if you think as well, because they do have a new site as well, and we'll talk about that. Yeah, and really, they have anything other projects or anything else they talk about? No, it's just Long Dark. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, explore our creations, but and this is where they kind of, I didn't really agree. They said it was to make development faster. Well, sitting here 2+ years later, agree to disagree. But yeah, this just shows off some of the stuff. The music as well. Links to all their websites. But I also did mention they also going to the other place if you're interested in following them. I'll leave a link down in the description below. It's like a really crappier version of Twitter, I would say. And this kind of goes hand in hand with Hinterland did do a little bit of virtual signaling. At least the head of the company does. And I think you kind of isolate yourself more if you go to one side of the spectrum or the other. Won't get into that politically or anything, but going where you only want to hear what you want to hear seems to be Hinterland's kind of go-to lately, especially when they just kind of retreat to their forums, etc. But let me know what you think about it. I don't think it's a really good idea myself. They'll probably be back because that's what happens every time something happens on the internet, and then everybody comes back. But let's explore a little bit about this because I think there's some interesting stuff. And I just have links to our community as well. And there's a lot of we in here, which I think is probably more like me, but they also have application, but I think it's pretty generic stuff we'll look at as well. Yeah, but they don't micromanage. They like to wave the flag a lot. Remote first organization, which is nice. I appreciate it. I've been remote myself for over a decade. I work at home. And I think it works rather well. Unnecessary meetings? Hey, I'm always up on that. Pretty well considered written communication. That's kind of explains a lot, but strong impact, inspire passionate fandoms. I agree. Darkin's very passionate. Generational IP. I almost feel like a lawyer wrote this, but yeah, and Raph pushing that film, television, fiction thing again. He really wants to be a Hideo Kojima, I think, at some point. Star Wars speaks for us, and this is what I feel weird though. Like the Raph is the only one that ever mentioned. It's really weird on a team way. Yeah, so they're just, yeah, heads in the sand, as it were. But agreeing with the internet can also be pretty bad at times. But I do like this, though. They oppose the existence and use of generative AI tools, which only exist to do shameless exploitation of the artists and creators of the technology they hope to displace. I'm not a fan of AI in that regard. I think it looks horrible. Unfortunately, recently we had Coca-Cola with their ad, and it's just something about it just is not quite right, of course. So yeah, really, the only person you ever hear about is, yeah, of course, the head of Hinterland. So they have a general remote application, so it's pretty generic. They're not looking for any specific roles. As yet, maybe they have it on LinkedIn or something as well. And links in which they don't have their blue sky up, but well, let's also check at the store. Because when I saw this, it's pre-order because, yeah, they also $130 Canadian for... What I can't understand is that they have a worse logo than I mean, that doesn't look as good. I have their original stuff, but they still have the long dark mugs though. It is a high quality mug. I don't see anybody getting that. They also do gift cards as well. So I don't think you can, I think you can pre-order a bunch of stuff because Canadian Post is on strike if you didn't know. So I wouldn't order anything just yet. But my personal opinion is I would not. If you're going to get a thing, I would get some of the original Legacy mugs. Yeah, like, it's weird also, yeah, Legacy Hinterland. I do not personally consider this a good move. I don't think it's a great idea. I think it's bad branding. But that's just my personal opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments. I don't think this is a good move. I think they're going farther in the kind of the wrong direction. But we shall have to see. So that's just one man's thoughts. I will leave a link down to all the relevant stuff to check it out yourself in the links in the video below. Alright, but I hope you guys enjoy. Looking forward to covering Long Dark more in the future. And I will see you guys in our next video.